Welcome to yet another exciting episode, The Hidden Gems of Laikipia County. This is a show where we let you in on secrets, that is the innovations taking place within Laikipia County. But before we get to let you know what the secret of the day is, let us learn something interesting about Laikipia County next on Laikipia Fact. Today, we focus on Nanyuki town, or as popularly known, Mwisho wa Reli. Nanyuki town derives her name from the Maasai reference of Nanyuki River. The Maasai call it Enkare Nanyoikie, to mean river of blood. This is due to the red color that the river has, especially during the rainy season. The rampant soil erosion that comes with the rains occasions the red color. The then governor of the British colony of Kenya, Sir Edward Northey, declared Nanyuki a township in November 1920. Nanyuki celebrated 100 years end of 2020. Nanyuki lies along the equator and it is the 14th highest town in Africa, standing at 1947 meters above sea level. Owing to its climate, Nanyuki is home to diverse flora and fauna. It sits on an approximate 500,000 acres of land. The first industry to set up base in Nanyuki was Nanyuki Cooperative Creameries in 1921. Others include Mountex, a textile industry built in 1934, and Nanyuki Tanners in 1935. Join me again next week as we explore another fact about Laikipia County. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to have this discussion. The best place to start is let's know who you are, what you do, before we get into the gist of it.
Okay, so my name is Ombui Mwangi and I am the founder and director of the Butty Box, and we make natural fermented drinks that are healthy alternatives to soda. Okay. Yeah.
Tell us, how did you get such a weird, crazy idea? Where did you get it from?
In Itango, necessity is the mother of invention. So
yes.
I was looking for, something that's not too sweet that I can consume, that's also carbonated. So I don't do soda or I don't do juice, and then Google is our friend. I came across it when I was searching for alternatives to soda because I was trying to cut down my sugar levels. Seeing it, then started, what do you call it? Kujaribu kwa nyumba. Trial just for me and my family. We liked it, so we decided let's take it to market and see what happens. So we started with a couple of farmers markets, test it, see how people responded, people liked it, and then from there, the rest is history, as they say. And now we have a line of natural fermented products that are in stores either in Nanyuki or in Nairobi.
All right.
Yeah.
How do you go about doing this?
Like production?
Yes. What goes into it? What is the process?
Okay.
Just roughly on a sketch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all our drinks are natural, meaning there's no chemicals, no preservatives in them, and it's a natural fermentation. So we have a culture that we start with a sugar water base. Then we ferment that for a couple of days. Then we flavor our drinks now with natural fruit pulp. And then now after that, just the packaging process. We bottle and then ship out.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's the market been since you started?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. A lot of people.
Actually, even before we get to the market, this is very interesting. How long we were talking about when you started. How long ago is this?
So we launched in February. And then COVID hit, but we actually hit the market properly, let's say in May, June of this year. That's when our products were actually now readily available for people to buy. To
start buying.
Yes.
So let's now get into the market now, that space.
That space is...
What was your initial idea around market? And now what there's a way that you are doing right now?
Yeah, so initially we had the idea or the intention that we were going to supply restaurants so that if you sit down, you can enjoy our water kifa or our kombucha with your meal. But then with the pandemic, things have changed. So we've actually now decided to just focus on supplying retail outlets. So you can find like at Zucchini, that's where you'd find our products. But we will go back to supplying restaurants.
The restaurant approach, why?
It's an easier way to get feedback in regards to what the consumers like or they don't like, and also introducing points. If I supply a restaurant, I know that I know the proprietor of the restaurant, and the proprietor is able to get the feedback automatically from the servers. The only challenge, like if for the supermarkets, if you go and buy it from the supermarket, maybe you didn't like the flavor or you didn't like something, it's a bit tricky for me to get that kind of feedback.
Yeah.
But for restaurants, the feedback would be immediate and would be able to change or adjust our product.
Okay. So now that is what you are looking for, like sort of get instant feedback.
Yes.
And see how you can improve your product.
Because it's also a new product in the market. It's we like 2 or 3 companies are doing it, and they're only based in Nairobi. And it's a new product. And when you try and launch something new, you know, there'll be takers and not takers, but you wouldn't know unless you actually get someone giving you feedback.
Okay. Then that's when you know, okay, probably the takers are taking it because of this, and those who are rejecting because of this.
And then I'm also able to, from the restaurants, I'm able to get market segments of who is actually buying. Right now, when they're on the shelves, I'm not able to get that kind of data. And we need that kind of data to be able to grow. But for the time being, we're just rolling with things.
Just flowing with
just
the tide.
flowing. But ideally, restaurants would be ideal.
Okay.
Because now also, if you have it at a restaurant, when you go to the supermarket and you see it, you will remember it and you will buy it.
Yeah.
Versus if you see it on the shelf but you've never tried it,
You're like, next.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So now, manufacturing is not easy.
Yeah.
I mean, many people would say that, I get into manufacturing, I don't know how it's going to go. How do you plunge yourself in?
Deep end, and then you start swimming and learning.
You drown or you swim.
It's not easy. I will not lie. Trying to set up a small scale manufacturing setup in this country is from the taxes to the... Okay, so let me... Quick example, right?
Yes.
I'm considered to be a manufacturer, yet I'm just starting up. But the taxes and the regulations that the big boys have to meet, I still have to meet them. I don't have a problem with meeting the regulations. It's just there's no incentives. So like if you're told you need to set up here or you need to pay this to be able to do this, equipment as well, try finding locally made small food grade machines. It's a challenge. So you end up bringing in
machinery
the machineries from outside. Also something as small as bottles, right? You would think
that we can just get them.
You can get them, but the minimum order quantity is 3,800 minimum. That's the minimum pieces you can buy.
Are you serious?
Minimum, as in 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're trying to start up and you want to go glass instead of plastic, you have to invest a minimum of almost 100,000 bob.
For your 3,800.
If your biashara goes this way,
that's it. You go with your bottles.
You go with your bottles. So but once you make it, the room for growth is also exponential. Okay. That's now the benefit. The entry is kidogo tough, but after that, you do volumes, and the volumes actually bring you a good sum of money.
Since February when you started, challenges. I'm sure you've met numerous challenges along the way. Could you highlight a few of those?
The biggest challenge we currently face is logistics. Just because at the moment our drinks are all packaged in glass. So we have to use a courier company to get all of our products to Nairobi. Because before the lockdown, our assumption was we're going to be able to do a run at the end of the month or at the end of the week. We tell people we're coming. Give me your orders and I will come delivering myself. But with the lockdown and restrictions on movements, we had to at least now start because you can't tell the customers, no, I can't come to Nairobi.
Wait,
courier services, and because of glass weight, it's expensive. And then there's again no rates for SMEs. Rate ni rate.
Rate, yeah.
Rate ni rate. And at the moment, you find it's one of the biggest expenses that we currently have, because I have to get it to you and chilled. So I need to no chilled. It's logistics are a problem. What else? I don't think I can say the rest are like difficulties or challenges, just because there's ways to go around them. It's just I don't want to say financial constraints, because you can do stuff without money, but if you have like initial working capital, then you're able to like roll out. If it comes to marketing or advertising, then I'm able to say, okay, sir, I'm going to put 100 Gs into marketing. If it's activations or sales girls or whatever, then I'm able to put that money towards that. But at the moment, what we're doing is whatever we generate is what we put towards that. And if we need to buy any more machinery, so it's just we're growing. We're trying to grow organically, so it's not everything is a learning curve.
No,
you know,
true, yes.
Challenge. That's a challenge. That's a challenge.
Learning.
There's not a lot of people in the whole manufacturing space, and we're based in Nanyuki, right? So if I wanted to go and meet someone and tell them, how did you do it? What did you do? How did you start? You know, which loopholes should, okay, not loopholes, but how did you get over this particular challenge? That is a challenge, especially in this manufacturing space.
Yeah.
If I want to grow and I want to compete with the likes of Coca-Cola in the next like 50, 100 years,
yes.
you know, I need someone who's actually built a company from scratch to be able to advise me,
this is the path to follow.
This is the path to follow, so that I also don't make mistakes now that will cost us in the future.
True.
So that's after logistics meant, okay, getting mentors that you're able to access and actually want to share the info. It's not, this one, you know, anataka kukuza the same industry, so now tuko tu hapo hivyo. So that is a challenge, but we have people like the county government of Laikipia that are trying to help us and link us to that. So if 10 years to come, find me, I will mentor anyone to do this, because now I will tell you, don't do this, don't go there, don't do this. I will tell you.
All right.
But,
you brought in a very, very important point there about the Laikipia government and the way it's coming in to assist you guys. But we're going to get into that. But at this point, let's take a short break. We're going to come back just in a bit. If you want to contribute to this conversation, hit us on our social media platforms. That is at Metropole TV KE across social media pages. See you in a short while.